plaintiff, Eugene Mitchell, says he was engaged to the defendant, but she's here today with her current husband, who is Eugene's younger brother. Eugene claims when he met the defendant, she was a prostitute using crack. But after he proposed to her 3 times, he discovered she'd been having a 3-year affair with his brother. Eugene is suing for the 3 engagement rings. Defendant Sonia Mitchell and her husband Michael insist Sonia was never engaged to Eugene, and he's completely obsessed with her. Sonia says she recently had a baby, and Eugene insists the baby is his. But Sonia insists Michael is the boy's father, and she took a paternity test to prove it.
Prove your case.
Well, Your Honor, I'm a victim here. I'm a victim of, the worst betrayal you could ever see in your life. Anything you can imagine. Never been hurt by more people, by these 2 people right here. And I love, that's my little brother. Love him dearly. I love him, that's my little brother. And this is my fiance, ex-fiance, I guess.
Well, he's here to testify on her behalf.
I guess so. They're married now, so I don't know. So this is the worst betrayal. I've never been hurt by 2 people more in my whole entire life. I met Sonia, I don't know, 2005. She was, and she was into prostitution and everything. I liked her.
How did you meet her?
My son. I met her through my son because she was crack, the prostitution.
What was it? He was pimping her or what?
I'd assume so. So, I really
How did she end up with you from your son?
Okay,
I can let you know that, Your Honor.
You want to tell me now?
Yes, I do.
Why? How did you end
I
up
was
with
staying
him?
I was staying at his house. His son, I was with his son at the time, and his son had me staying at his house, and his son went to jail. And when his son went to jail, he made a pass at me.
That's wrong, Your Honor.
And you got
That's wrong.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
That's how we began cohabitating.
Whatever, man. Family plan, friend plan, whatever.
Go ahead. That's not how it was, Your Honor. That's not how it was.
Go ahead. Hey, Verizon has family plans, everybody. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, anyway, eventually.
Can you hear me now?
Eventually.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
like I said, I met her in 2005.
Through your son?
Through my son. My son threw out. Just threw away, said, get out, get away, don't come back.
How'd you come into the picture?
2 months later, my phone rang, and it was Sonia. She asked me, could she come over and take a shower? She hadn't took a shower in months. She showed up that day, and she hadn't left until 27th of October.
How did your brother get involved?
I had proposed to Sonia on numerous occasions. And the only reason we never was married, we have been trying to get a wedding license 3 times. The only reason we wasn't married, we couldn't get married. The first time was because Sonia didn't have Washington, she didn't have no ID. So they wouldn't perform a ceremony. Second time, I asked her to marry me. She still didn't have ID. The last time, what really got to the point was, what got to the end of it was, to find out Sonia was still married to her ex-husband. She didn't know she was still legally married. She thought she had
divorce papers.
Yes.
She thought she had a divorce judgment.
That's right. She didn't have
She
ID.
thought she had it, but she just couldn't find it.
No, Your Honor, she didn't have anything. When she came with me, she didn't even have underwear. She didn't have a purse.
Back up. I'm trying to reveal to you something that you should have known in the beginning. Number 1, if you cancel a marriage ceremony because you don't have your ID, you don't go back to the exact same place to do the exact same thing unless you check for your ID before leaving the house that day.
We had got the ID.
Don't make the same mistake sir.
By this time, we had got the ID.
Secondly, the woman knows whether she's still married or not. The only way you're no longer married, you get a judgment of divorce. The woman knew whether she had gotten a judgment of divorce. So this woman was playing you from the beginning, sir.
Okay.
Now, how do you end up getting 3 rings just because you went and got engaged 3 times? You give her the same ring. You give it to her, you take it back. You give it to her, you take it back. You give it to her, you take it back.
Anyway, Your Honor. Your Honor.
How did that happen? 3 different rings. Tell me.
You have to be there. You have to. I can't.
I couldn't be
listen,
there. I'm sorry.
Your Honor. Bottom line is, I cared for her so much. We went through this whole process. I helped her get her kids back. We finally got the kids back. We went to the doctors one day, and lo and behold, Sonia comes on. The doctor tells us she's pregnant. So when
is this?
This happened in June or July of 010.
Okay.
10.
You all were still together.
We were still together. We were happy. I thought we were doing great. I didn't know
And
for
so
the
what
next 3
happened?
years, for the past 3 years, though, her and my brother have been sleeping together behind my back. They've been sleeping together behind my back.
All these and get all.
And I didn't know anything about this. The whole family, my mother, nobody in the whole family knew how they was doing.
You see why I say she was running that marriage game on you, sir? About this, I'm married and don't know it.
And at that time, everything was just great and fine.
Let me hear from them, sir.
Okay.
Well, state your name.
My name is Michael.
Do you
Mitchell,
want to
sir.
talk first?
Basically, yeah, we were seeing each other, but they weren't in no serious relationship.
No.
When did you
They
all
weren't in a
become
relationship.
engaged, ma'am?
I didn't.
Did you ever go down to the courthouse
No.
with him?
No.
He made all that up.
Yes, he
It's a
did.
figment of his imagination.
He has a lot of figments of
And
his
yeah, I
imagination.
should
Your
probably
Honor.
believe you. You're a very honest and upstanding woman. All right, sir. So what you're saying for yourself is you were involved with the woman and you didn't know that your brother was involved with her.
Yeah, I knew that, but they weren't seriously together, sir. They weren't.
What do
They
you mean
weren't.
by
But
serious?
he was at the time. We were all using in our addiction. We all was. All three of us.
No.
Using what?
Crack. We were all using.
Sir,
as
were you
well.
on crack?
No.
This
No,
all
no,
makes
no,
sense
no,
then.
no, I was
Yeah,
not on crack.
all this is crackish. You're right.
yeah, that wasn't-
Yeah, you're right. All this is crackish.
I put my right hand on God that we all was using.
It makes better sense now.
Yes.
I just got clean myself. I've been clean 2 years.
Because crack addicts will engage in that type of behavior.
That's how me and her
That's
first
how all
got-
of this started.
And you've never used crack, you say?
I have used it.
And were you all on crack while you were together?
When me and her were together?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Was not doing crack.
When were you on crack, sir?
That would have to be 2005. The reason I even would touch the crack is because it was a way to get close to Sonia.
How do you end up getting a 3 rings just because
Okay,
you went
let
and
me-
got engaged 3 times? You give her the same ring. You give it to her, you take it back. You give it to her, you take it back. You give it to her, you take it back.
Anyway, Your Honor. Your Honor.
How did that happen?
Plaintiff Eugene Mitchell is suing his ex-fiancée because he claims she left him to marry his younger brother. And he took a paternity test today to see if he or his brother fathered the defendant's child.
Ma'am, you want to come up? State your name.
Dixie Mitchell.
What do you want to tell me? That's a very fine suit.
Oh, thank you. Anyways, Sonia is not really coming clean. Now, these are my 2 sons, and she's brought a lot of stress into my house. So she has made me think that she was really up and up. I knew she had started out with the grandson, okay? And then when the grandson, I said, this is my words, he kicked her in the garbage. He pulled her out the garbage.
Did you know whether your other son was a crack addict?
I knew he was a crack
But
addict.
you didn't know of him to be a
No,
crack
no.
addict. So speak for yourself. We talk about we on crack. You on crack. Because I don't mean to pass judgment, but my observation is that was a crackhead move for you to marry your brother's fiance while they are engaged.
But they weren't.
And for you to sleep with her for 3 years while they are together and engaged. And don't bring him into that.
No more.
He looks like you like a little weed every now and then too, don't you?
I don't like it, Your Honor.
You don't like no crack. I know. I can tell the difference between crack and alcohol and weed.
Yeah,
You like alcohol and weed. Go ahead,
Mostly
sir.
alcohol.
Tell me how you're suing for these rings. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. You can sit if you like. What evidence do you have about these engagement rings? And ma'am, did he give you 3 different ones? And if so, did you return them? And if not, why?
Eugene seems like he's a nice person, but he has a dark side to him, Your Honor. He's a chronic liar. He's an alcoholic. He's been physically abusive. He's attacked me on several occasions. I didn't call 911 because I was afraid of the family retaliation. He is clearly obsessed with me. He's jealous because obviously I'm married to his brother now and not to him. So he's very jealous about that. The rings he gave me 2 rings just because after an argument he had with me. And then the last ring he gave to me on my birthday.
He never proposed to you?
No.
He has never proposed marriage?
No.
Let me have the evidence of engagement ring,
Okay,
however, because
here
she's
you go.
saying that none of these were engagement rings. Thank you for all that you have done for me. All right, what are these cards to show
Okay,
me,
right
sir?
there. What is it? It's right. My fiance. She called
Where
me.
do you see something that says
Okay,
fiance? Show me. You have to read that to me.
Okay, let me
You
see.
give me 10 different cards.
Okay.
So read the ones that say fiance. Anything else you want me to know about the case while he's looking for this fiance statement?
Well, basically, I had to go to a domestic violence shelter October 27th of 2010. I went to a domestic violence shelter. My whereabouts were unknown to anyone. Now,
Your Honor.
Did you send this to him?
yes, I did.
Ma'am, you referred to yourself as his wife in here, and you refer to him as your husband.
He wanted me to refer to him as husband.
I am more inclined to believe a man with written evidence of you expressing a relationship beyond just boyfriend and girlfriend. What else you want me to know about the shelter, ma'am?
Well, I was staying at the shelter, and in February, I gave birth to a baby on February 24th.
My son.
That he claims is his child, but he isn't. He came to the hospital looking for me, and no one knew where I was. So he found, I don't know how he found out where I was, because I had been in a domestic violence shelter for 5 months. Now I went in the state of Washington, I have a restraining order against him because he does nothing but harass.
And you say it's not his child?
It's not his child.
You all didn't take a paternity test
Yes.
today?
Your Honor, that's what I petitioned the courts. Yes, you have the results here.
Okay. Would you go and check and get the results to the paternity test? Speak for yourself. We talk about we on crack. You on crack. Because I don't mean to pass judgment, but my observation is that was a crackhead move for you to marry your brother's fiance while they are engaged.
Plaintiff Eugene Mitchell is suing his ex-fiancée because he claims she left him to marry his younger brother. And he took a paternity test today to see if he or his brother fathered the defendant's child.
I'm going to look at these results. Is this other one for you?
Yeah.
His brother.
Yeah.
Who do you think the child belongs to?
Me.
I think it's mine. I really believe that in my heart.
I hope not.
See, my mom hopes not, but I hope it is.
You hope not?
I hope not. It's neither one.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to get only half of your wish.
Okay, we just want to know is he's an uncle or he's a daddy. So,
That's right. I'm my uncle and my daddy.
Oh, man. Oh, this is just tough to...
yes, sir. Tell me about it.
I don't know. You want to stand with your son? You know, you're going to need some support.
But you know,
Because
Your Honor,
you're not the father, sir. He is.
I'm the uncle.
He's the father.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
And by the way, ma'am, you perjured yourself when I saw this card where you made reference to yourself as his wife. Not only engagement, but wife. So I'm convinced that those were engagement rings. $1,500 for the plaintiff.
I'm living with my son right now. I'm taking care of him. I get up at night, I walk with him, burp him, I change his clothes, I feed him, and the whole 9 yards.
Now I know I'm an uncle and not a daddy, and I got my engagement ring back.
Sonia has brought so much drama into my household, and she has just disturbed a whole lot of folk.